Welcome back to Fab Automotive Detailing and Tool Reviews. Harbor Freight just released a brand new 3-inch Hercules random orbital polisher, and we're going to take a look at it in this video. Let's do it. All right, so before we get this video started, I do want to let you guys know that these were sent to me for free from Harbor Freight. They asked me to give them my feedback on their new 3-inch polish they got coming out, good or bad feedback. I've had these for a couple weeks, haven't actually had a chance to use them yet, but they did give me permission to go ahead and make a video and release it. I don't know if these are on the market yet. Last time I checked the website, I don't see them, so I can't really give you a price. But this video is going to be pretty cool because we're going to test out a brand new machine that looks like it's very, very well made. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the machine. It does come with a 25-foot. So this is a very long cord. You won't need too many extension cords depending on how big the vehicle is you're working on. Rubberized cord, which is great. It's not that cheap feel. It's got a nice rubbery feel to it. The machine overall, I love the ergonomics of it. As you guys can see right here, the reason I like that is I like to put my hand right here when I'm using a polisher. I'm not one that holds a polisher up here. I like to put my hand right here. It's nice and comfortable. I feel like I have more control. And what you guys will notice, look at all this rubber that they have on the front of this machine and all the rubber that they have on the back where your hand is going to hold it. Everywhere your hands are going to touch, there's rubber. So they've really thought this thing through, which is awesome. As far as your switch is concerned, you have a power switch up here. If you push it forward and click it, it'll go into what I call cruise control. You don't have to use cruise control. You can just hold it if you want to, but I don't know why you'd want to. Once you have it in cruise control, when you're done using it, you just pull it back and it's going to turn the machine off. And then you're going to have your dial switch right here on the back for speeds 1 through 6. There is no click, no feedback, but 1 through 6 on the very, very back of it. One thing I really like about this also is they give a vented backing plate. A lot of companies, especially on 3-inch polishers, don't have a vented backing plate. I like a vented backing plate, helps keep the pad nice and cool while you're using it on the car. And this backing plate is going to be available in the future. Because these are made of rubber, they eventually go bad. In case you need to replace it, you're gonna be able to buy it at your local Harbor Freight in the future. And then up here on the front, you have 2 vents there and right there where the fan, as it's running, it's gonna help keep the machine nice and cool. Sorry, I'm having a hard time talking today. Overall, absolutely love the look and feel of it. I made an Instagram video the other day and I just turned it on for the video. I haven't used it on a car yet, and I was really surprised how smooth this machine is. Now, I'm hoping that transfers over to paint, but it's very, very smooth running in your hand without it being on the paint. So it says it has MVC, maximum vibration control. Let's just hope that is correct. You can use 3.5-inch pads on it. It's 120 volt, 4,000 to 5,500 oscillations per minute. 12 millimeter orbit, so it's not a small throw. It's actually a long throw 3-inch polisher. It's 4.5 amps. It weighs 5.5 pounds. So inside the box, you're going to get your manual, and you're going to get some extra carbon brushes and an Allen wrench to remove and replace your backing plate when that time comes. Now, like I said, Harbor Freight did send me this stuff. They sent me their Meguiar's compounds and polishes and several of their pads, their 3-inch pads. They sent me a couple other machines also to test out. This is the first one we're going to look at. We're going to do it on my son's car. I'm getting ready to put a ceramic coating on this car. The paint's not in great condition. It's not real thick, but we're going to use it on the hood and some side panels. This is not a machine you normally use on a hood, but that's going to give you guys the best view because the car is white to hopefully be able to see the defects that we're able to remove. Now remember, the machine is only 1/3 of the equation when you're doing paint. You also need your compounds or polishes, and you're going to need your pads. The only job of this machine is to spin the backing plate and the pad fast enough to give you the working ability to remove defects. That's all the machine does. It's only 1/3 of the equation. But we're going to try it on my son's car. Like I said, paint's kind of thin, but we're going to test it out and see what it does. Okay, like I said, the car is white, but it doesn't really matter for this video. The main thing is that you can see all the imperfections there in the paint. The main thing for me, for when you're looking at a polisher in a review video on YouTube, is just seeing how smooth it is. Does it spin the pad? Does it stall easy? You know, that type of stuff. We're going to hit it. We're going to go right over these body lines. Body lines are typically where polishers have a hard time, where they start to stall out on you. So we're going to find that out in this video. And I want to go ahead and go through the speeds with you really quick. Let's go with this speed one. I noticed speed one's pretty fast. Listen how nice and quiet. It's not super loud. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I don't see a difference between 5 and 6. Maybe slightly. There might be a slight difference between 5 and 6. I'm going to use one of their Grants pads that they sent me. Oops. There you go, one of their Grants pads. This Velcro on this is absolutely stout. I put a pad on there earlier. Well, actually, like right now. See, it's not centered. It's very important to get your pad centered. I mean, that is stout right there. That's going to hold on to your pads, no problem at all. Let's go ahead and try to center this. There we go, nice and centered. I've never used these Meguiar's compounds. This is their Pro Speed compound, so we're going to find out what this is all about. I used Meguiar's compounds back in the day. They used to dust really bad, so I stopped using them. This one says low dust, so let's hope it doesn't dust at all. But a lot of times when you're using a brand new pad, you're going to get dust regardless. Now this paint is pretty thin. I do not want to go absolutely hog wild on this, but let's just see. We're going to compound it, take a look at it, and then we're going to finish it. The main thing, like I said, let's just make sure the machine does not stall on these body lines right here. Let's see how smooth the machine is in the hand, and hopefully you guys will be able to hear me talk over it. Let's get this spread out. Okay, we're going to start on speed 1. Just spread it out. Okay, it's not even stalling on speed 1 on the body line. Okay, let's take it up to a 5. Very smooth. Maybe a little stall right there. Stalling a little bit right there. But if we change our approach, it doesn't stall. So first impressions, like I said, the whole point of this video is to see how smooth it is. Very smooth for a polisher. I'm going quick because this paint is only like 3.5 mils. It's way, way too thin to be compounding on, but I need to do it for this video. And this is my son's car, so it doesn't matter. This paint is just awful. I mean, it peels up so easy. My son works at this is a Hyundai Santa Fe. He works at a Kia dealership. And they come in all the time with the paint missing all over this hood. And I'll show you guys some spots on it. That worked really well. And you can actually see a difference in the color of the white. If you follow that light to right there, you see that? Right there's your difference. But yeah, see, look at this. This is from the previous owner. There. I mean, but I got a really good deal on this car. They took really good care of it as far as maintenance and everything. So that's all I cared about. But it got rid of a lot of those defects. Let's just follow that light over. There you go. Let's see if I can zoom in, maybe to do a better job at focusing. Yeah, there's your difference. Yes, it left a lot behind because I had a really, that's like dried bird poop where it etched the paint. Very, very fast hand speeds because, like I said, the paint's very, very thin. But the machine was super smooth, worked really well. And it only stalled just a little bit on the body line, like right in this area. But if I change my approach, which way I do that is I'll do circles. It keeps it from stalling. So that's just from years and years and years of doing it. I've learned on body lines. Yeah, that worked great. Let's try it with a finishing polish. Normally I would not use a 3-inch polisher on a hood. This is just for you guys. Normally your 3-inch polisher is for your smaller areas, around door handles, underneath mirrors. You know, the small areas what you're going to use this on. But for this video, this is the best way to show you guys. I'm not worried about defect removal on this car, I mean, at all, because there's so much, and 3.5 mils is not enough to be doing this at all. So we're just doing it for the video. Let's go down to speed 1. Okay, so when finishing, we want to use a lower speed, so we're just going to go with a speed 3. so smooth, you guys. Look at that. It's not vibrating at all. Just a tiny bit of vibration. Check out this body line here. On speed 3, it's working good. Yep, no problem at all. I mean, seriously, you could run this machine with 2 fingers. That is so smooth. I mean, I think that's probably smoother than my Grio's G8. Now I am noticing, even after a short amount of time, this metal piece right here is pretty warm with your hand. That's where the vents are. So that's something to keep in mind while you're using it. You'll never completely be vibration free on any polisher. I don't care what any company says, because think about what it's doing. All the power it has to have in that motor, and it's spinning. But if you can get rid of most of it like that, I mean, that's definitely smoother than my Grio's Garage G8 or my Adams 3-inch polisher I have. I have some other 3-inch polishers. I don't remember the other brand. It's smoother than all those by far. Wow, that did a really good job. Those 3 products combined, not just the machine, did a great job. That got rid of a lot of those imperfections. Let's go to where we haven't been, right there. Let me zoom you guys in, get you an even better view. I'm happy with that, because this paint was trashed. Go back over here. Yes, there's some heavy stuff left over, not worried about it. That worked great. Okay, so this is where you're typically going to use a 3-inch polisher. Around your door handles, above your door handles, you know, your license plate area in your cars, the smaller areas where you're going to use a polisher. This is what this is actually used for. I'm going to come in here, we're just going to get it spread out. Go right around this door handle. I'm going to get right up against it, but I'm watching the top of my pad. It's not touching my finger. I'm barely watching it. And we go right up against this door handle. We go on the door handle. You can turn the machine to go underneath the mirror better. I'm noticing this metal is, you guys, that's getting pretty warm on your hand. So you definitely want to keep your hand up here. The nose is getting kind of warm, but where that metal trim is, or that metal plate, which is probably what's holding the fan, it's pretty warm. You know, I've only done 2 panels, so that's something that you're definitely gonna want to pay attention to. Did a great job. If we can, this is how we started. Much clearer. See the difference in clear? This almost looks more of a yellowish color. Clear, it's got gloss. Let's do it like this. Yeah, so look around this. See how it's hazy around the light? Get to here. Perfect. And that's just using the Ultra Pro finishing polish. That's not even using the compound, so this paint's very soft. So what you guys saw me do right there is I was actually pressing down really hard, and I can't not make this machine stall. Look how much dirt's coming off this paint, even though the paint's clean. It's been washed, chemically deconned, mechanically deconned with clay. Anytime I'm getting ready to do a coating, I like to use clay. I don't like using synthetic clay. and it's still pulling that much off. But that's the compound, that's the pad, that's the polisher all combined. It's doing a fantastic job at giving me the speeds I need, giving me the spin that I need. I mean, we have 2 different colors going on here because I haven't done this yet. But I do have one complaint. So when I go and I put polish back on my machines, I do this, all right? I can't do that on this machine because that ring is really hot. Unfortunately, I went back to being a mechanic Mondays and Tuesdays. My toolbox and everything is at the shop, and I don't have my temp gun to tell you guys what the temperature is, but I can tell you, you don't want to leave your hand on that very long. Now this rubber up here, it's just barely even warm. This is barely warm at all, but this is hot. So when you do it, got to kind of make sure, because I like to do this, right? This is how I've always done it. And I'm going to add more like that. But I found when I was holding like this, I mean, that's actually pretty freaking hot. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. But other than that, it is working absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I am done using the machine. I used it on the entire car, not the entire car, I shouldn't say that. So all the places you would normally use a 3-inch. I used it on the entire bumper, right? Above the fender, all of here, all over there, all the way down here. This entire back end was used with 3-inch, including across the top of the back window. And then same thing, repeat on this side. You guys, this machine, it will put in some work, and it's super, super smooth. Very happy with the performance of it. Very happy with the power that it has. Now, it doesn't say what wattage it is. I was trying to figure it out. I can't find any information to let me know what the wattage is of the motor. But man, it works so good. The only downside, once again, that gets pretty hot. You can hold your hand on it. I mean, not very long, but it gets pretty warm. But once I realized how hot that was getting, I just kept my hand away from it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But if they could come out of the way to fix that, that would be huge. If they could just fix that right there. But as far as performance and how smooth it was and everything, A+. I mean, it worked very good. You couldn't make it stall like you guys saw me pressing down the back end. It won't just stall out on you when you press down. Body lines are always different. Also depends on the compounding pad you're using. So with a finishing pad, I can get right over here without it stalling. The compounding pad, which is a more dense foam, you have a harder time getting over body lines. But once you figure out how to do it, you work your way around it. That's part of detailing. But it has plenty of power, plenty of speed to it, and it works absolutely great. All right, so that's gonna be it for the Hercules 3-inch dual action polisher from Harbor Freight. Fantastic machine. Everything about it is absolutely great except for one area. And it's funny because anytime I'm making a review video, I have Post-its, and I always write down what I don't like as I'm doing it so I don't forget to tell you guys at the end. Normally I don't show you guys it. Normally there's like a list right here underneath you guys, and you guys can't see. I'm kind of reading off of that. This time I thought it was kind of funny because the only thing I didn't like was the heat on the head of the machine just around that metal, which I've showed you guys several times in the video. Is that a complaint? I guess it is. Once I knew it was that way, I just never touched that area and it was fine. The machine got warm around the head, just warm, not hot. All machines get hot here because this is where the gears and stuff are. This is gonna build the most heat because it's spinning. Back here, never got warm at all. As far as vibration, this MVC, maximum vibration control, man, they did a fantastic job with this machine. It is very, very smooth. It could be in your hand all day long and it wouldn't bother you. I've had machines in the past, whether it's a 5-inch, 6-inch, 3-inch machine, even some 1-inch machines that vibrate you to death. They work good, but they vibrate you to death. This thing is super, super smooth no matter what speed that you have it on. Now with a very dense foam pad and a compound, I was able to get this to stall, as you guys hopefully saw in the video, on that body line on the hood. But when I went to the finishing polish with a much softer foam pad, didn't have to worry about it stalling at all. Now when a machine's stalling, I have other machines that stall. I've used like more expensive machines that stall like crazy. It's all about once you figure out the stall, how do you get around the stall? And I was able to do it no problem at all. And then on the very back, you guys saw, I was pushing really hard and I couldn't make it stall at all. It just wanted to keep on going. I am impressed by this machine. I don't know what the cost is. I don't know right when it's going to be available for you guys, but it is a fantastic machine. I highly recommend it. If Harbor Freight was to do any type of update from this, from me, mention it to them or anything, it'd just be the heat that it kind of creates right here. Now I do wonder if I change the grease inside, would it actually help bring the temperature down because it's not working as hard? Possibility. But if they were to change that, other than that though, your power, the grips, the ergonomics of the machine, the nice 25-foot cord, there is no negatives in my opinion other than that right there. So definitely great job, Harbor Freight. This is a great little 3-inch polisher. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video and checking it out. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Join the Fat family. We'd love to have you. We'll see you in the next video.